So this video is going to be 5 ways, might even be 6, on how to not be an overland douchebag. I couldn't come up with a better name than that. So these are some behaviors I've observed in my short tenure as a overland. And that's a whole thing by itself, just using that word. Overland, wheeling, car camping, whatever you want to call it, right? We're going to breeze through these as the list of how to not be an overland douchebag. Douchebag tip number 1, correcting people when they call it a road or a trail. I see this one online a lot. If someone posts something and say, hey, I'm going to go out and hit the trail this weekend or something like that, and it never fails, 4 or 5 people got to chime in and be like, that's not a trail, that's a road. Really? I mean, come on. If it's dirt, it's got no stop signs and no traffic lights and no like lines in the road, it's a road, it's a trail. I don't know what qualifies it being a trail, if it has to have, a certain incline rate, or you have to, break an axle on it for it to be considered a trail. For me, anything that's off of a normal road, which is a paved thing with like traffic walls and lights and stop signs, is either a back road, I guess you could call it, or a trail. So when you chime in and you like correct people like, that's not a trail, that's a road, that's so douchebaggy. I mean, come on, really? I've seen people do that quite often. Also, when you do, that leads to another one of my tips. So we'll call this tip number 2 of how to not be an overland internet douchebag. Don't comment and criticize people on someone else's criticism of the video. So like say someone puts up a video or a post or something in Facebook, and some person comes in and criticizes it. They say something like, oh, I've done that in 2-wheel drive, da 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 da. And lo and behold, there's always some other guy that comes in, or person that comes in after them and says, yeah, well, at least he didn't call it a trail, he called it a road. You're like this guy from like Karate Kid. Or you're like this guy from like Tombstone.
Listen now, Mr. Kansas law dog. Law don't go around here. Savvy?
I'm retired.
Good. That's real good.
Yeah, that's real good, law dog, 'cause law just don't go around here.
Yeah, I heard you the first time. Winner to the king, $500.
Shut up, Ike.
You're like the little criticism backup guy and most likely that person has heard that on some other feed or comment that they were criticizing someone for that, and then they got on this one, so they're trying to like build cred, like street cred with the other person that's making criticism, so they chime in with their own little, well, at least he's not saying this or doing this, because they feel like then they're gonna like bond with that other person that they feel has more legit overland cred or something. I don't know, it's so douchebaggy. Try to avoid that one. So that's the joining in on someone else's criticism with your own criticism. Just do your own original criticism. You don't need to bounce off of someone else's. It makes you look like a douchebag. Chiming in and telling people, and I get this on both. You get this on both ways, that they don't need 4-wheel drive or they do need 4-wheel drive. Some people will write, well, even though it's a two-wheel drive trail, you should be driving in 4-wheel drive on that road / trail. Again, we can't say the wrong thing here. So I'll get criticized for, people, you have 4-wheel drive and you're on this trail road, you should be using 4-wheel drive even if you don't need it, because you're going to tear up the trail. And then they continue on with an essay of the reasons why, and I understand the reasons why, and sometimes I read that stuff, and if it's criticism like that and it comes across as, hey, this is why this is important, I read that stuff and I take it in. I go, wow, okay, I listen to those people, and I actually will communicate back with those people that disagree with me or want to correct something because of the way they approach it, like that. But then you have the other people that'll just be like, this guy's an idiot for blah 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 blah. Whose mind are you changing with that kind of comment or reply or trying to help somebody, they're just going to shut you out immediately and not listen to you. So if you actually want to make a difference and help people or help the community that this is, you have to come across as actually seeming to want to be helpful, not wanting to. If your sentence starts off with "you're an idiot," or maybe you just need to learn how to be a man, or maybe you just need to learn how to immediately, everything else you say after that doesn't matter. No one's going to even read it. Maybe it makes you feel better. I don't even know what number we're on now. I keep going off on these tangents. Yeah, so they don't need 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive, or yeah, you can do the whole thing in 2-wheel drive. I would say like NC 105, North Carolina 105. That's the most popular trail. I don't know, like on the eastern seaboard. It seems like everyone's always talking about it. And everyone will tell you, oh no, it's 2-wheel drive. You can do that in 2-wheel drive. I see Civics, and the one you always hear is a Prius. Everyone has to chime in and tell you that they've seen a Prius on Highway 105. It's like I think that's like a thing that's been passed down, through the Overland community. Is you got to tell everyone you saw a Prius on Highway 105 at some point. Now I actually have a video of it somewhere. I got to find it. I've seen a Civic on Highway 105. Doing it in dry conditions, when the weather's good. It hasn't been raining, hasn't been snowing, there's no ice on the road, and I've seen a Civic get through Highway 105. It's front-wheel drive, obviously, and it struggled. It struggled. There were parts where it was steep, and it comes down to driver skill in a lot of those situations. But he was having to take 4 or 5 shots at getting up some of those steeper parts of Highway 105. So you can do it, but then that goes back to the whole, should you be in a 4-wheel drive and not be if they're tearing up trails with a 2-wheel? Should you be driving a Civic or a Prius on Highway 105 if you're going to have spots where you're going to be spinning your tires a lot and tearing the whole freaking road up? Yeah, you could do it in 2-wheel drive, but then it goes back to trail management or road management. You're going to be up there spinning your tires and tearing stuff up. Now, if you're up on Highway 105 and it's been raining a lot and it's muddy, you're not doing that in 2-wheel drive safely. And if it's been snowing, I've been up there in the snow and ice just this past winter, or I guess it's still currently winter. And I slid down that road sideways for a big part of it. And I've got 32-inch, snow rated, Falcon Wild Peaks on my truck. And we were having a hard time. I had to use traction boards to get out of our campsite. It's actually a video up on my channel about it. I'd use traction boards to get out of the site, and then going down 105, there were parts where we slid, and then there was a bunch of other rigs out there that were a lot more capable than mine that went off the side and hit the bank. So you can't be so quick to say, yeah, well, Highway 105, you can do that in 2-wheel drive. Yeah, in perfect conditions. And even in imperfect conditions, should you be doing it? If you're going to be tearing up the road, which is something that everyone seems to care about a lot too. So kind of don't just throw that 2-wheel drive thing out there like it's some kind of street cred thing. Like, oh, that's not a real trail. That's not even this. You can just do that in 2-wheel drive. You can do that in a Prius. You can do it in a Prius. Don't do it in a Prius. That's stupid. If you're out there in a Prius, you're a douchebag. Let me correct that. If you're taking a Prius on the north side of 105, coming in to get to the trailheads where you're just going down that small section that's dirt road, that's fine. That's because you're going to that park. There's a couple of parking lots you get to and you get out and you hike. If you're coming up from the south side of 105 through Lake James and through the south side going north, and you're going to drive the entire thing to get to the camp thing on it in a Prius, it better be really good weather conditions and be prepared to, slide around and learn how to drive, because it won't be easy. Another thing, okay, commenting on videos or things that people post up online before you've actually watched the video or read the description of it. I see this a lot. Someone will criticize a video that someone else has put up, or even the video that I've put up. They'll come and they'll chime in, they'll just start tearing it down and criticizing it because all they've read is the title of the video and they haven't actually watched it, and they don't realize that the title of the video might be sarcasm, or it might be addressing that exact thing that they're commenting on, and that makes them look kind of douchebaggy if you actually watch the video, because you're going, well, this guy obviously didn't watch it because everything he's saying is exactly what he talked about in the video, or it's in the video description of, you know, why they shot a video that way or why they're talking about a certain thing. People just automatically assume, you know, from a title or whatever, that, you know, they got a keyboard commandoing right away just without even watching it. With that same video with me driving down Horse Pasture Road, people commenting that, oh yeah, you can do Horse Pasture Road in 2-wheel drive. I don't know why you think you need 4-wheel drive. You don't. That was the whole point of the video, was that you can do it in 2-wheel drive. If you watched the video and read the description, it was all about how you don't need 4-wheel drive to go down Horse Pasture Road. But I had a whole bunch of people comment about how, you know, they didn't understand why I thought I needed 4-wheel drive to go down Horse Pasture Road, which was the exact opposite of what the video was about. So yeah, don't be a douche. And the last one, I don't even know what number we're on now. Have a freaking sense of humor, man. Like, all this stuff to me is just fun and funny, and I laugh about it. You know, sometimes I'll post something where I'm just being goofy or being stupid on purpose, and I'm just having fun. And then it's always someone's got to take it like serious. Like my backpacking video with the side pouches thing. You know, I was being overly dramatic with the side pouches because they annoy me, and my arms don't flex, you know, as much as they should to open and close those things. So I was being all overly dramatic. You know, people go, this guy's an idiot, you know, he can't, he's not strapping his, it's like, geez, again, you didn't probably watch the whole video, because you would know I was joking around in the video. And two, you would realize that it actually is an issue for a lot of people. They are frustrated with those open and closing side pouches on their backpacks. It is an issue for some people. So just have some fun with it. Just, if you don't like it, don't watch it or don't comment on it. That's the other thing. If you really don't like something that you see, especially if it's a YouTube video, the best thing you can do is to not watch it and to not comment on it. When you comment on it or like or dislike it, that helps the video. So even if you're writing some 10-paragraph thing calling a person a freaking idiot, you're helping that person's video, because all YouTube cares about is interaction. And so you're interacting with that person. So it's actually helping their ratings and their view counts and stuff like that go up. So by criticizing them, you're actually helping them. So if you really want to like stick it to some YouTuber or whatever that's putting stuff out there, just don't watch it, don't comment, don't like or dislike. That's the worst thing you can do to hurt them. If they get no interaction with that video, that's the best way to, you know, kind of get at them, I guess, if that's what you're into as a keyboard commando. All right, so I'm gonna leave that one here. There's supposed to be 6 ways to not be a overlanding internet douchebag. I turned into a bunch of rambling about stuff. So yeah, there's so many of these little things like this that I could probably make a whole series of videos on this. But hey, you know what? If you like it, or leave a comment and tell me hey, maybe making a video like this and putting it on the internet is a douchebag thing to do. Let me know. Am I a douchebag? I'm perfectly okay with picking on myself. Anyway, hope you guys have fun with this one. Anyway, got some other stuff to do.